hopefully that skip will be gone today. I think that is the plan. Right, so it's pretty early in the morning. Nice day so far. The temperatures are starting to drop though now we're in October, but we're still pretty good. I did hear George mentioning they might bring the cows in soon, so probably won't be leaving them out for much longer. Who knows, that could be today. I'm sure he'll let us know. So let's just park this up somewhere. That should be fine. Just leave it there. Yeah, nice morning. It really is. Oh, this yard is a mess. We really do need to sort this out as soon as possible. Just so many bits and bobs now. Don't know where I'm going to store them all. What is that noise? George, is that you? George, what are you doing?
I'm trying to fix this blooming thing.
I don't think you're going to fix that, George. To be honest with you, I think Mick's the only one that's going to fix this. It probably needs looking at by Mick at least, I'd say, George. But I'm excited to see you working on it, though. I mean, you must be looking forward to the harvest just as well as me.
I really am. I really am, Scroft. I've been looking at that field out my window. I'm looking forward to it. And I feel like I'm going to be letting you down if we don't get this running. And I'm also looking forward to what Mick's going to price us for it. So I thought I could have a bit of a tinker with it, but it's been so long. It's been years since this has been running. I really do worry. It's either going to cost us an arm and a leg, or it's not going to work at all. And then I don't know what we're going to do.
Well, I did speak to Mick about it, and he mentioned that he's confident that he can get it fixed. So I can always go up to Mick's. To be honest with you, there is something else I wanted to ask you. And I was going to head up to the shop. So I don't mind swinging back from the shop, going to speak to Mick, and seeing if he can have a look at it, at least. But he's probably going to need to either work on it here or take it with him.
Yeah, I think you might be right on that one. Anyway, what did you want to ask me?
It's a bit of a random one, George, but I just wanted to know, would you mind if I bought myself a tractor?
You want to buy a tractor? Your own tractor? What, for this farm?
Yeah, pretty much for this farm, but it's, just something that's mine, my own, that I can use on the farm unless I need more horsepower. I can't really afford much, George, but I'd just like to have my own tractor. And I wanted to make sure, first, before I even think about doing it, that you're okay with me having this tractor on the farm, parking it outside the trailer, and then, yeah, just using it.
I don't mind that. Of course I don't. That's perfectly fine with me. I don't know where you're going to store it though, so you'll have to park it down by your trailer because we're pretty much full up at the moment. But yeah, it's a good idea. I don't mind that at all. I will say though, if you're doing work on this farm, you can use the fuel. But if you're doing work for other farms or anything else, use your own fuel. That's the only thing I'll say.
I think that's pretty fair. I'm happy with that. Thanks very much, George. Appreciate it. So I'll tell you what I'll do then. If you want, I'll go to the shop, because I did want to have a look at these tractors today. That was my plan. And then I'll swing back round to Mick's on the way back, and I'll ask him if he can come and have a look at the harvester. Are you happy with that, though? Because I don't want to start that ball rolling if you're not happy with the pay.
Yeah, but make sure you mention to him, I'm not paying for anything until I've agreed to it. So I want him to look at it, tell me how much it's going to cost, and then I'll agree to it.
All right, and I'll make sure to tell him that first. I just hope he can get it fixed, or else well, let's be honest, we're going to have to lease one out. It's the only option, or we just scrap the field.
Oh, I don't know what you start talking to me about that right now. I can't even contemplate that in my mind. Let's not talk about that. It's too negative for me, and it's too early, and I got up for no reason now. And I hit me thumb as well on this blooming hammer.
Anyway, I'll head off. Do you still want me to bring the cows back in today?
Yeah, do that at the end of the day. It is getting a bit chilly at night.
Rightio, I'll sort that out for you, George, no problem. Right, so let's go and head up. What time are we on? Just about hit 7. It's a bit early for the shop. So maybe what I can do is just try and sort out a few things. Maybe go check the feed of the cows. And yeah, I think we're not going to tidy up the yard yet anyway. That's probably a job we'll do in the evening, or even in the afternoon. Depends what George wants us to do. It might turn out to be a busy day. It might turn out to be a pretty steady day. It depends what goes on. Right, let's head up to the shop then. It's just gone 9:10, so they've just opened. But yeah, let me quickly just talk to you then about this tractor. So I've wanted to buy my own little tractor for a while now, and I've been saving up. It's helped me so much with me living there and not paying many bills out. That's the good thing about George putting me there. I don't really need too much. I mean, that does me. So I'm happy with it, and it gives me the chance to save. So I've got about, I'd say about 5,700 in my savings account and about 1,000 in my current account, but I will check that in a second. I'm sure that's the last time I looked at it, what I'd saved. So anything around 5,000-6,000 I'd say we can buy. I'd like my own little tractor, going to and from the farm, using it as much as possible. Probably not going to be able to get anything around the 100 horsepower mark, which is where some of the equipment on George's farm requires. And if we are upgrading, he's probably going to get some bigger tools. You've seen recently he's been getting bigger windrow, and I imagine there's going to be a few other things. I do come to this shop a lot. I'm hoping it'll help me out when we try and broker a deal for a tractor, but I don't think I've done enough business yet to maybe justify that. But at least we can try and see what kind of price range we can look at. Now, I have been looking online to try and get an idea of how much tractors are really in the £5,000 mark. Now, they're obviously old style, and about 5,000, maybe more hours on the clock. But yeah, I'll ask him, and I'll see if he can point me in the right direction. We'll go have a look together. Right, so he said there's two tractors out here that I can afford. One of them's a little bit dearer than what I want. One's 6,900, and the other one is around 5,500. This one we can afford as well. So this John Deere 710, we can afford that. I do like that, but I was hoping for something with a cab. So we've got the Ford 3600, really old school. It says it's got 8,000 hours plus on the clock. And then he's got the International, but that one's the one that's a bit expensive. Still only 2-wheel drive, but it's a bit more expensive. I mean, I do like both of these. Imagine having this for your first tractor, an International. Bit weird, as you can tell, they both are. But George does like his Fords. And I think this tractor will fit just nicely on the farm. You can see it's open at the back as well. Still gives me cover unless the rain's blowing in that direction. Let's hope it doesn't. But this one's affordable. Like, we could actually buy this now. 5,500. 8,000 hours on the clock. Do you know what I might ask him? I might ask him if I can demo it for a day. Or a couple of days. Just let me try it out. You know, I'll give him a bit of a deposit, just in case I do any damage. But I'd rather know that it works on the farm. At least, you know, find out what it's capable of, because yeah, it's quite old and it's had some usage, a lot of hours on it. So yeah, let's see. 5,500. That's pretty much majority of my savings. I don't want to just spend all that for something that's not going to run in the end, or not very reliable. Let me just quickly check my money. Yeah, so I've got 5,700 in my savings account and 1,100 in my current account. So, I mean, I really want my first tractor. Right, so I'm happy with that. It's about 10:15 now. Day's gone on. I was in there for quite some time. So basically what I did is I told him I was interested. I wasn't too keen, and I got him down to 5,000. I asked him first though if I can demo it for 2 days. I had to do some paperwork, bit of insurance kind of stuff as well, and he let me demo it, but only for 1 day. So what I've said to him is I'll take it now, I'll leave my van here, and I'll come pick it up in a day's time. If I like it, I'll take it for 5,000. So let's see what it's like. Let's get in and start her up. I mean, it's very basic, but it does the job. I am actually impressed with the paintwork. It's not too bad. It really isn't. It's a nice looking tractor. I mean, I'm happy with this for your first tractor, but I guess we've got to find out how it runs. That's the most important thing, how it pulls. We have got a connection there as well, which is the main thing. Right, let's start her up. Wow. It is a bit loud, but yeah, not too bad. Indicator works there. Indicator works there. Let's just jump out a second, look at the back. Ah. Straight away, we've got a brake light out. I think that's the brake light. So I'll mention that. I'll get a bit of money knocked off for that. And you can see, missing the brake light. So it does go about 17 miles an hour, which isn't too bad for what we need. And it's about 45 horsepower. It's pretty decent though. I'm happy with it so far. She's running alright. You can tell that there's not much under the bonnet, but I think for a first tractor, this is all we need. Let's see what George thinks before we buy it. George, if we get George's seal of approval, I think we should be good then. So let's stop off here at Mix and we can find out if he minds. I'm going to have a look at that harvester. He did say he would on the phone that time. So hopefully he'll come have a look at it today. I mean, it depends how busy he is. There we go. That drove pretty well. So far so good. Right, let's go find Mick and see how he is. Did look like he's got a harvester already up there. That's a good sign. It means he does work on them. Hey up, Mick. How's it going, buddy? I'm pretty good. Pretty good. Busy, but pretty good. You know how it is. I can see that you've got quite a few in at the moment. I'm hoping this next question won't make it even more of an issue for you. You know, we were talking about the harvester, George's, and you said you were pretty confident you could fix it. Well, I think we've come to that time when George wants you to have a look at it. Now, he has told me to tell you, let me guess. He's not paying until I tell him how much. Yeah, how did you know that? He says it every time. Every time. He ends up paying, though. I'll give him credit, he does end up paying. Right, well, do you know what? I can head down now. Right now, that's perfect, yeah. I mean, how do you want to do it? Do you want to come and have a look and see if you can fix it there? Or are you going to need to bring it back? I can tell you now, there's no way in hell I'm fixing that harvester on your yard. No way in hell. I need all my tools, all my kit here. I can't bring them down. We're going to have to find a way of bringing it back here. It's going to be difficult, but I think we can do it. Give me 20 minutes, and I'll meet you at the yard. All right, then? No problem. I'll head down now and quickly tell George. All right, well, that is brilliant news. Absolutely brilliant. That means we can pretty much get it sorted straight away. It does sound, though, that it's going to be a lot more work than I initially thought. He's obviously got to bring it back and, yeah, probably put it up in his workshop. There we go. So we'll head back now. We'll quickly go tell George. We'll show off the tractor as well. Let him have his opinion on it. I know he likes Ford, so I think we've picked a good choice so far. If he gives us thumbs up, I think we may as well go for this. I'm enjoying this so far. Do need to do a few tests though. I'll try and properly See if we can pick up the fertiliser spreader. I do need to do that again. I was waiting for a bit. I mean, Tony doesn't want it back till January, so I thought I'd hold on to it until at least December. I don't know if we'd be on muck spread with this though. I think it'd be a bit tricky. There's a few things we could do. Probably use the mower, do some rowing with it. Let's see what he thinks. Let's pull up here. Oh, he's in the house. Right, let's manoeuvre this again. I thought he'd be still outside, but he's given up on it.
Ah, you got a Ford! A blooming Ford! Don't need another Ford on this farm. We've already got 2 of the best ones you can find.
I don't know about that, George. This is a cracking Ford. 3,600. £5,000 they want for this.
£5,000. Not bad, not bad. Have you paid it? Is it yours already?
No, not yet. I've got it for a day. Just trialling it out. But I got them down. £5,000. It's got about 8,000 hours on it though, so it's had some usage. But do you know what? I actually really like it. So far it's done a good job driving down here. And I think it could do a good job of the mowing on the farm. Maybe some of the rowing. We could try the fertiliser spreader, but I don't know if it'd be able to carry that, but we can have a go. It might even be able to do the seeder, to be honest.
What's she got under the bonnet?
45, George. 45 horsepower, mate.
Ah, you can do about half the jobs. That's enough for what you need. First tractor, 45. Beats what I had back in the day. I think mine was about 12.
12? Well, then I'm doing something right for my first tractor. It's definitely more than 12. Anyway, I've just spoke to Mick. He's on his way down. Should be here in about 10 minutes, mate.
Well, you're going to have to move the stuff from the yard then, aren't you?
Yeah, I never thought about that. Yeah, I best I'd do that. How did you know he was going to have to haul it?
The one thing I've learnt about Mick, he does it all in his workshop. Never works anywhere else but his workshop.
Right, well, I best start shifting some of the stuff around. I'll let you know what happens and how much it eventually might be before we do anything.
Yep, perfect.
Right, let's jump in here then before he gets here and we'll go park up the Ford. I think if we just move things out to the field, that shouldn't matter too much. Well, that was really positive off George. I mean, he didn't say it was a bad choice. I think he didn't mind it. I think he probably thinks we've picked something really good there. Which is great news. I really like it. I really think it suits the farm. I think it tires over as well for some time before we even think of needing anything else. And George did mention he was going to get another tractor, so if I was going to guess, I think he might get rid of the Massey. But it does have a front loader, so maybe not. Maybe he'll get rid of the Ford. I guess only time will tell. I hope I can hear something. Ah, it was Mick after all. So, it looks like he's going to be hauling it with the Fent. Now, he's got some beams there. He must think he might need to expend it out, which I probably agree with. Let's try guiding him. I think he's probably got this weighed up, probably done it before. I do need to shift some of this stuff. So he's probably going to have to stop here before we even think about manoeuvring this. Oh, I thought he was going to hit that with the trees then. Right, Mick, quickly I'll go and shift all this stuff out of the way for you. I don't know how you want to do this, but a bit of a tight yard for you to reverse that around, so yeah, it's going to be tricky. Well, if I can't do it, you can have a go. I mean, I'll have a go. I'll first just move this stuff out of the way. Last thing I want to do is get anything damaged, man. And he's saying I can have a go. Part of me thinks I should, just for the fun of it. I don't think I've driven a Fent like that before. So why not jump in it? Let's just swing this here. This will be out the way enough. So we've got to find a way. Now, I'm hoping he's got some way of pulling it out, but we'll figure it out. As long as we get the trailer in about there, I think that should be alright. Let's go speak to him. What do you think about that then, Mick? Think you can get that in there? I mean, it can be done, but I prefer it if you drove it. I'm not as good as you'd probably think I am. You want me to fix something? I can do that all day. But reversing, not so much. Right, I'll give it a go then. I mean, I'll do my best. If I scratch it though, it's not my fault, right? It's your fault. I don't worry about that. Wow. Jesus, look at this. This is insane. It really is, man. Right, so, how are we going to do this? This is going to be tricky. I mean, we could try and swing it in there. I don't know. Let's try something else. Let's see if we can just swing this down here. I've got a feeling we might be able to reverse this. I'm hoping so anyway. How far do you think we can get forward with that? Right, so let's give this a go. Full lock. See if we can swing it in time. Steady as she goes on this. Straighten her out. How are we looking on that front end? Just about. If we can lock it now. Oh, I don't know if we're going to make that, I'll be honest. And we've got full clearance at the front. That's a good thing then. Oh, I think we've done it, you know. I think we've actually done it. I didn't even think that'd work first time, but it has. So let's try and just give ourselves a better angle.
Watch the lights!
Hey! What are you on about?
Watch the lights!
What lights?
The lights on the floor, you're on one.
Oh, sorry mate, I never saw that there.
I got that from the garden centre, it cost me a tenner.
Well, it's pretty strong for a tenner, so you got your money's worth. It looks like it's still working. Anyway, I'm on it now, so all I can do is drive off it. I mean, what's he like? Bothered about his lights, and I'm here trying to reverse this thing in. George, he's mental, I think. Mental. Right, I think we just squeeze through there, you know. And now if we can just swing it a little bit more, I think that's spot on. In fact, we can probably move it a little bit more to the side. I bet Mick and George are laughing their head off at me. I think they're both in on this. Both of them are. Oh, we did it. We did it. We're happy with that. Let's just see if we can drive out. Yeah, there you go. That's spot on. Happy days. There we go. Right. Let's go speak to Mick. Let's leave the rest to him. Oh, I'm proud of that. I think that was good reversing. Hey, what do you think of that then, Mick? Pretty decent? Yeah, you did a good job. You really did. Apart from his light. Yeah, I know. Crazy. Crazy. I'll replace it if I have to. Anyway, I'll leave it with you now. You do what you got to do. If you need me for anything, give me a shout. Yep, will do. Will do. Oh, I'm just looking at how he's put these planks on. He's obviously extending it out. I'll ask him what his plan is. Alright there, Mick. How are you getting on? I'm alright. I'm just going to winch it to the bottom of the trailer and then I'll drive around to the other side and winch it up. Not the easiest job in the world, but I'll get it on there before the end of the day. Don't you worry about that. Alright, mate. Just let me know when you're done. just leave him to it then. There's a few things I want to do anyway, nothing major, but when he's all done I will sort out the yard and bring them cows in, because they're not staying out tonight. It's the last time out in the fields. Right, it should be all good now, mate. I've just had to get ladders off and chop that branch and chop this branch. I'm hoping now I can get this through, because before we figured out with the harvester on the top we won't get through. I think these he'll brush past these, but the rest, yeah, it's going to be tricky. So let's just have a fingers crossed and a toes crossed for this. Oh, he's just skimmed that one, just skimmed it. So far so good. Well done, Mick. Tricky, really is tricky to get this out. I mean, hopefully it'll be easy to get back in because it'll be working and we can just drive it back in. But yeah, well done, Mick. Done a scratch his truck. He'll go and barmy at me. I think he might even be barmy the fact he's lost a few branches. That's good news anyway. Let's just squeeze past here. Yeah, looking good, looking good. Right, well, we'll leave him to it. I'm sure we'll get an update from him when it's all sorted. And yeah, what we'll do now is we'll go and sort the yard out and bring them cows in. Looks like she's enjoying the fresh food that I've just given her. And the rest are fine. And the bull, well, happy as hell over there in the corner. I think they're happy to be back inside, to be honest, especially at night time. It has got a bit chilly. So soon it will get to the point where we'll need to find a solution with the cows and where they're going to stay when these sheds are knocked down. But they're happy there, and that's the main thing. So I have tried to sort out the yard, put the Massey over there, moved the trailer over here, and parked the 7810 Ford in here. I think I've done an alright job. You can see that the yard itself's got a few tracks on it now, and then I just put the load all there. I am thinking maybe tomorrow will be a good time to spread some muck on this field. Now that the cows are out, we may as well go and spread a few loads of the muck, try and empty it out, because we don't want to leave that there. My understanding is if we leave it there, we're going to have to move it at some point. It depends what George's plans are. But yeah, overall pretty happy. Quite a productive day. We haven't actually been out in the fields at all, but I have got myself a nice little Ford here that I'm trying out, and so far pretty good. And obviously we've got the harvester gone, so that's in for repair. Let's just hope now we can get it repaired and not for a crazy price, just to keep George happy. But yeah, another productive day on the farm.